Hello, my fellow fans of Dungeons & Dragons, and welcome back to Planescape Torment. Now, I know it's been a little while since I last played. Been kind of busy, and the last time I played, I was just kind of wandering around and getting lost and forgetting really what I was supposed to be doing. But I've gone back over the town. I've kind of remembered some of the stuff that I was supposed to be doing, and I actually know where I'm going today. So, with that, and with the many quests I have in my journal, what's the first thing I'm going to do today? I'm going to pick up another quest, because it's fun. You brace yourself for the stench as you approach Marrow. Ye be doing Marrow a favor, yes? A box you need be delivering for me? Yeah, sure. I'll deliver your package for you. Mar slowly takes out a small box from within the recesses of his ragged clothing. For the briefest of moments, you see a look of regret cross his face. Then it is gone as he looks at you and hands you the box. A slight shimmer surrounds the box as both you and Mar touch it. A sigh of relief is heard as Mar releases the box into your care. What now? Excuse me. This be needing to be delivered to Kuatra. He can usually be found somewheres down in southern eastern section of the hive. Oh, unless you try to say I didn't warn you, whatever happens, don't open the box. And don't leave the hive with the box. Now be off with you. I'll be back when I deliver the box. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
And then he runs away, but I'm supposed to be getting my money.
Alright.
Okay, so, with that, dude just runs off. Then there was something else I wanted to pick up in Ragpicker Square.
Alright.
And it's down here in one of the collectors.
Alright.
It's not yellow. Is it Yellow Fingers?
I'm gone.
Maybe it's Yellow Fingers. Let me talk to him. Now how's me skull? He laughs, a wheezing, horrible sound. I'm looking for some information. Forget I asked. You suddenly notice that Yellow Fingers is standing too close to you, and his hand darts out as if trying to pluck your purse. Grab his hand. He leaps backwards and begins to flee. Damn him! Alright, well, he's not fleeing very well, so usually when somebody tries to rob you, you can catch them and beat the crap out of them. But I don't know why I wasn't able to do that. Let's see, where is it?
I'm gone.
I just talked to this dude. Oh, Marrow Friend. I think this is the guy I'm looking for. You could smell the reek of dung and rotting meat on this man, even from afar. Though obviously weak and decrepit, his long, thin fingers and sunken eyes give him a sinister look as he scuttles through the garbage around him. The way he drools and rolls his eyes makes you wonder if he's mad. Greetings. And it pokes you in the ribs before you can approach the man. I wouldn't waste my time talking to that old ghoul if I was ye. Well, you're not, and I'm speaking to him. He tries to focus on you, but his gaze wanders. His eyes are set deeply into hollow sockets, and his skin is terribly pale and diseased, covered with rashes and yellowed patches that look ready to peel from his body at any moment. The stench emanating from him is terrible. As you open your mouth to speak, he licks his lips and swallows. You dead up? Are you alright? You... He licks his lips again, and his long, spindly fingers pick at his skin as he stares at you. You deader! He glances to your left, then his eyes dart back to you. Dead. Dead! Hungry. He reaches out to touch you, licking his scabrous lips. It's probably not a good idea, but let him touch me. His fingers scrabble spider-like on your arm, as if looking for a piece to tear off. He licks his split lips again, and you watch yellowish drool drip from him. With a raspy moan, his fingers suddenly dig into the skin on your arm and pull off of it. Step back. You watch and feel your stomach churn as he takes the bit of flesh and shoves it into his mouth. He chews it slowly, then swallows. You dead? No, I'm not dead. You taste dead. He scratches himself beneath his robe, and you suddenly notice that he has a finger hanging from his neck on a cord. It looks like there's a ring on it. Still hungry. What is that finger bone? He looks down, his plague-ridden features twisting into a ghastly, snaggle-toothed parody of a grin. Snack. He looks ready to chew on it. Don't eat that. Have a bite off me instead. I'm more fresh. He smiles and reaches for your outstretched hand. Give me the finger bone first, Marrow Friend. He nods greedily and lets you take the finger bone. Let him bite me. His teeth sink into the meat of your forearm and pull a chunk away with a single wrench of his neck. The pain is excruciating, but Marrow Friend sits on his haunches as if nothing had happened, chewing noisily at the mouthful of meat he pulled away. Thanks. Farewell. Alright, so why did I let him do that to me? Well, we get this finger bone, which is a usable item. This is a well-decayed and nearly meatless finger bone from a humanoid of roughly your size. There's still some sort of odd ring on the finger. It is an intricate thing, sculpted with dozens of tiny, ornate flanges and decorative protrusions. Pull the ring from the finger. Try as you might, you cannot remove the ring. It's almost as if the ring's sharp edges have dug into the lifeless finger itself and refused to release it. I have an odd feeling about it, however. Yeah, what's the point of being immortal with awesome regenerative abilities if we can't do really weird and disgusting things? I remove my own finger and replace it with the finger bone. You place the ring finger of your left hand into your mouth, close your eyes and take a deep breath. Bite down as hard as you can. There's a sickening crunch, and I'm overcome with the taste and smell of blood. I spit the bloody finger out and place the rotted, ring-laden finger bone against the gushing stump. At first, nothing happens, and I'm horrified at the thought of what I've just done. Suddenly, though, I feel a strange tingling sensation as bones fuse and tendons re-knit. In moments, the rotting finger bone has become a living part of your body, though it still throbs painfully. The jagged ring suddenly loosens and slips off into the palm of your hand. And what are we gonna... That looks like it took a chunk of hit points off of me, which makes sense. I mean, I was bleeding out of a finger hole for a minute. But what do I get out of it? Memphis Biting Ring. This is a cursed item, and it gives me a +2 to my armor class. Mempo was a mage, obsessed with the possibility of having her magic items lost or burgled while she was asleep or otherwise incapacitated. While the vast majority of her carried possessions were inseparable from her corpse, and thus buried with her, some of her weaker items, early experiments perhaps, were left behind and remain in the world of the living. Even though, technically speaking, we're not in the world of the living, we're in the living afterlife after you die in the prime material. Okay, whatever. Memphis Biting Ring, whose powerful aura protects its bearer from bodily harm, is one such item. However, once placed upon one's finger, the ring bites down and holds onto it so tenaciously that it is nigh impossible to remove it from the bitten digit. Well, I like having a lower armor class, so let's do that. And this is using Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, so the lower your armor class, the better. Not the higher, lower. So as you see, my armor class here went from a 9 to a 7. So now we have a Twisted Ring and Memphis Biting Ring. At some point, I wish I could find armor, but I don't remember if that actually happens. Okay. I just looked at the Enchanted Hammer and the high-quality Sledgehammer. I just wanted to see what the difference between them was. I think I'm just going to use the Enchanted one instead, though. There we go. It has a little bit lower damage output at the top end, but guaranteed 2 damage at the bottom end. So, alright. So, now with that, I figure now is a perfect time to finish off the quest we got from, well, one of the first quests we got. I don't remember if I was speaking with one here. Before you picking his teeth what appears to be a tiny metal fork, his chest is covered by patchwork armor adorned with large spikes, and a long knife hangs at his side. I notice he is missing his right ear. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
He regards you coolly from the shadows as if sizing you up. I said, greetings. What's the matter? Your other ear not working? The one-eared tiefling scowls at you threateningly. Pike off, Buck. I'll have your guts for garters. It's garters you're after. I just happen to have a pair. Your mother left them in my bed last night. You sure you do have a sharp tongue, Buck? I think I'll cut it out and feed it to you. He lunges at you, his knife leading the way. Now, I kinda asked for this.
Die.
But there's 4 of us.
Did you see that?
Is Anna using a weapon? She is. Okay. It just looks like she's using her fist, and I want to make sure she has a weapon equipped, because I don't think she can fight with her fists. But I will take a small steel fork, copper commons, and the stiletto. If I remember correctly, the fork is actually necessary to open a portal somewhere.
Done.
But, alright, so back to what I was saying. I'm going to actually try and complete one of the first quests that I picked up when I got here. And that was to find the, what was it? The dustman that's or the thief that's pretending to be a dustman.
Alright.
And he happens to be right here. His name is Ashman, and hopefully he will not get away.
Endure. Enduring grows strong.
Just want to surround him so that he has nowhere to run. And he's just not cooperating. It's as though he doesn't like being surrounded. I see a dustman in long black robes and a pale face. Unlike the dustman you know in the mortuary, however, this man looks confused and is glancing about as if looking for something. When he spots me, he raises his hand to attract your attention. Greetings. The man seems relieved that you are speaking to him. He bows slightly. Thank you for hearing me, traveler. I'm known as Ashman, one of the Dustman sect. I was wondering if you could direct me. I don't know the area very well, and I'm looking for a certain establishment. A bar. Those are my sect frequent. Do you know of such a place? Okay, so usually when you're talking to this guy, if you don't have this quest, you can help answer it, and then you'll figure out that he's a thief, and I think he'll try and pickpocket you like Yellow Fingers did, and then you can beat him up. But we have this request, so you know, there's been talk that there's a pickpocket masquerading as a dustman around here. Maybe you know him. The man looks at you innocently, but you see him tense up. Sorry? No dustman, you're a pickpocket. Ashman suddenly takes off running. Okay, and we can engage him because we surrounded him.
I'm gone.
Take his stuff. Okay. Now, I just have to get... Well, while I'm here, let's see. This is the Hive Dwelling. This is Braskin's Kip. Okay, I think where I need to go for the box is over here. Also, while I'm in the area, specifically the Smoldering Corpse Bar area, which is right here, I have another Ah, yes, that's where I need to return the box. But I have something else I need to do here.
Oh, I grew up here. Not a pleasant childhood, mind you.
And this... Let's see, where is the guy? There he is. This isn't what I'm talking about, but this is an interesting thing you can do. You can talk to Jala. He was being lazy, and we had to do a job for him, so let's talk to him again. You see Jala. He looks like he's sobered up since you spoke to him last. Jala, look, watch out. Kradic's angry, and he threatened to kill you if he sees you again.
Updated my journal.
Jala grunts. What a fool I was. I just popped out for a quick bite of bub. In the next moment, he grinds his teeth. Thank you for the warning. Just be careful. Farewell.
I'm gone.
But what I was talking about was we had a quest where these guys, or people dressed like them, stole some jewelry. Well, not even jewelry. They stole some prayer beads from a monk. So let's talk to them. This heavy-set thug is swathed in rags, dyed red and black. He looks like he's made almost purely of muscle. He glowers at you as you approach. Greetings. And how can I help you then, governor? This man's face breaks into a sneer. Looks to me you needs a healer. You one of the ones who robbed a monk in the hive, took his prayer bead necklace? Some sword with lines scrawled over his face. Claimed he could have put us all in the dead book, yet lets us bob him blind. The man gives a slow, toothless smile. Never even heard of such a sword. Haven't? Maybe you'd better give me back the necklace before I put you all in the dead book. I be watching where you be letting those threats fly, governor. You let another one slip your tongue and give you a second smile, jig. If you think you can take me, go ahead on. Alright, so the first thing I want is these guys to focus on one of them. I'm gonna take on the leader. Okay.
Damn. The croc seems true.
Alright.
Now I need everybody to attack that guy. Alright.
Alright.
Pick up their junk. Their jink.
Alright.
Everything else.
I'm gone. Done.
Here's my inventory. It's full. So, Andrew, you grab some things. Okay.
I'm gone.
And then the second thing I needed to do in this area was go to Kuatra's warehouse so I could try and deliver this box. I mean, totally deliver this box when nothing bad will happen and I won't be stuck with it forever because that guy ran away for no good reason. I'm just delivering a box. Moving from box to box, this man seems to be totally immersed in counting boxes and scribbling results down on a piece of parchment. He looks annoyed as you interrupt him. What's it now? Can't you see I'm busy taking inventory? Go bother someone else. I was told to deliver this box to you. Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Let's see what you got for me. I'm sure it'll need to be inventoried. Yeah, Mar told me to give this to you. As you hold the box out from him, or for him to take, Kuacha's expression turns from one of interest to that of intense horror. No! Please, get it away from me! I don't understand. Why are you afraid of this box? I said, get back! Death, evil, had to dupe Mar. Couldn't take it anymore. Please, take to Braska, lives southwest, hive. Me, no! Apparently, the sight of the box is just too much for him as he runs screaming from the building. Wait, what am I supposed to do with...
Updated my journal.
Like the reverse of a fetch quest. This is only the first person I've had to take it to.
Alright.
Alright, guys, get out of the way so I can go through the door. There's the door. There we go.
I'm gone.
We noticed, or I noticed at least, Braskin's kit was back this way. And since we have to go...
Alright.
this is the wrong place. I need to go
Done.
here. There's also another quest somewhere around here. I have to see if I can pick it up again. Okay, so this is Braska. Let's talk with Braska. In a loud, booming voice, Braska asks, "What in the name of the Abyss are you doing in my house? Leave now, before I make you even more ugly than you already are." "I was asked to deliver this box into your care." "Well, why didn't you say so? So, hand it over, and you can be on your way." As you present the box to Braskin, his expression changes from one of anticipation to that of amusement. "Whoa, whoa there. I won't fall for that trick a second time. Put that thing away and leave." "I don't understand. Why won't anyone take this box? First Kuatre, and now you." "Did you say Kuatre?" Braskin lets out a great bellow of laughter. "Why, that's the fellow who bought the box off of me. Thought he got the best of me when he bought it, I guess. He figured the gem alone was more than worth the price he paid me. Poor fellow. Didn't realize what he'd gotten himself into till it was too late." "So, what's so horrible about the box?" "You mean you really don't know anything about that box you're holding? Well, I guess it won't hurt to tell you what I know. First off, so you don't get any ideas in your head, the curse on that box only affects the current owner of the box, and to be the owner of the box, you have to willingly take possession of it." Well, there goes the idea of just leaving the box for someone else to find. So, what's in the box? Now, that is a good question. That box has been around the hive since anyone can remember. There are many rumors flying about. As you can imagine, over time the truth has been warped a little bit further with each retelling of the story. I've heard many a story about that box, and they all seem to have a recurring theme. The name given that foul thing is Mordor's box. Very close to Mordor's box, but we'll allow it to pass. And the owner of that box will die should he or anyone else open it. As to the contents, who knows? Some say it's an ancient dragon, while others say it's the evil soul of Mordor himself. I cannot tell for sure, but just by looking at it, any soul can tell it's something evil, and one would have to be a fool to open it. Well, I can't die, so I might open it. But what am I supposed to do with it? I would suggest you go see Shalandra. She lives in the northeastern region of the hive. It was from her that I won the box. Who knows? Maybe she will have more knowledge of what to do with it. Or you can find some other clueless Burke to take it off your hands. It's up to you. I wish you luck.
Updated my journal.
Okay, so, and I remember very early on in this game, we
Done.
passed an area called Shalandra's Kib. And this was the guy I was talking about. So not only do I have enough quests, but I'm going to pick up some more. Streams of tears have carved channels down this man's dust-covered face. He looks to be a monk, or a holy man of some sort, but the dirt covering his body makes it nearly impossible to see the man beneath. He's chanting, rolling his head back and forth. It looks like some sort of ritual. Greetings. The man stops his frenzied chanting and glares at you with his tear-rimmed eyes. He opens his parched mouth to speak, but all he can manage is a withered croak. What's wrong? Why are you crying? His voice is so hoarse that it sounds like he has been without water for days. As you watch, a tear trickles down his face. I am the crier of Essanon. Essanon? Who's that?
Updated my journal.
Who is Essanon? The man throws back his head and gives a rasping laugh. It sounds brutal and defeated. Essanon is not a man, but a city. Why do you cry for a city? We cry its name because Essanon must not be forgotten.
All the criers of Essenon carry this burden.
Mourn a city. You do such a thing.
Because its name is all that remains. His avenues of light, his great spiraling parks, when it was laid waste and reduced to memory. Only 70 of its people survived. It was our duty to see that its name was remembered across the plains. Many criers of Essenon have died for the sake of remembering. Many.
If it places you and the others at risk, why don't you stop?
The tears I shed, the dust that cloaks me, these things are as nothing compared to what awaits should I give up my sacred burden. We must see to it that its name is remembered. We are living memorials to its passage.
If that's so, what happens if you all die? A fresh tear springs to the crier's eye. Even his dust-caked face cannot disguise his look of despair.
I do not know. We criers of Essenon cannot mourn it forever. Even now the dust clings to our robes. The spit dries in our mouths. Our bodies wither and die.
Is there any way I can help you?
You are kind to ask.
The crier shakes his head.
Unless you can immortalize Essenon, there is no help to be had.
Must it be immortalized by a man? Would a tombstone serve? The crier blinks.
Tombstone?
Yeah, you know those things at cemeteries that have people's names on them and last a really long time, typically? It's a stone that records a man's name, his life, and a eulogy. If it serves a man, could it not also serve a city that has died?
Stones may do such things.
Yes. And their lifetime is much longer than a man's. If its name was carved on a stone, would Essenon's memory be served? The man pauses.
Would others see this name?
Yes, it would be there for all to see, long after you have died. The man nods.
If such a thing were possible, turns to you. Where would one find such a stone?
I could go look for one. If I find one, I can see to it that Essenon's name is carved upon it.
You would do this?
The man's eyes water up again.
You would be setting all the criers of Essenon free. Would a score of us remain? The burden of remembering would be over after so many years.
I would do so. I'll return when the name is carved.
Updated my journal.
Okay. And
Done.
I know where that is.
All right.
I think we'll wait until next time
All right.
for me to take care of that
All
one.
right.
That voice was tough, as
Done.
are many of the deep, throaty voices that I choose to do for this
All right.
game. But I did want to finish this quest here. Porphyron. You see Porphyron. He's still standing grimly on the street, paying no heed to the passers-by. The web of lines on his face are staggered into a series of writings. Greetings, Porphyron. As you speak, the angles of Porphyron's face relax into a series of strange curves. This one way to ask, do you have the necklace of beads that was stolen? I think so. Is this it?
Updated my journal.
This one, the 6 what you hold. Those are the beads, what's missing. He takes them from you. You notice his hands have the same tracery of lines upon them as his face. This one has a question. How did you get the beads back from the 3? I killed them, took the beads. This one is content. The message of violence has been conveyed. This one bestows several welcome thanks. Yes? The pleasure was mine. I have a question for you. If you cannot enter combat, how did you get your warrior training? This one clarifies. The Erit Agi may train with one when there is no anger between them. I see. Could you teach me how to use those weapons? So, and this is one thing that I definitely wanted to get into. This is the fighter training. And when I was exploring around the city, I did find the rogue trainer, too. but I don't want to be a rogue. That is Anna's job, basically. But he is a fighting trainer, and he can help me. So, I see. Could you teach me to use those weapons? This one could instruct you, yes, but this one warns you. With knowledge of violence comes temptation to use it. I sure hope so. This one speaks. Is it your will to leave behind your previous profession? The path of the warrior cannot be walked with an unfocused mind. Okay, so back in 2nd edition, you really could not be multi-class. So basically anytime in this game, if you want to switch classes, I'm pretty sure you have to abandon your old class. But again, I'm playing this one straight fighter, so I have no profession other than fighting at this moment. I would walk the path of the warrior. This one will instruct. The lines on his face fold into triangles. These things comprise the angles of your training. Focus, experience, proficiency. I don't understand. Can you explain?
Updated my journal.
This one will speak of focus first. For teaching to take root, you must have focus. You must be committed to the path of the warrior. The warrior is your profession. No other. Understood. I can only be the fighter class if I want to learn about weapons. This is the next thing.
Updated my journal.
This one will speak of experience second. True knowledge of combat comes only with experience. There is a limit to how much weapon instruction one may absorb. When you reach new level, Art of Warrior, it may be you are ready for new instruction. That was a weird sentence structure. Understood. There's a limit to how much I can learn at first, but this limit may increase when I reach a new level. This is the next angle of training. This one will speak of proficiency third. There is only so much one may learn about taking a weapon. This one would add, there is only so much that this one can teach. Knowledge of the weapon comes at 3 levels: the ignorant, the proficient, and the specialized. There are levels between each of these in which the student has surpassed previous learning, but has yet to truly reach the plateau of the next skill. What are these levels? This level of the ignorant is this. When one does not know the weapon they use, the attack is clumsy, the damage much less than its potential. That sounds like me when I woke on the mortuary slab. Go on. What is the level of the proficient? The level of the proficient is this. When one has learned a weapon, he is said to be proficient in its use. His attacks are no longer clumsy, they come swiftly and surely. So basically, if you're not proficient in a weapon, you take a -2 penalty to it, kinda metagaming. If you're proficient in it, you don't take any penalties. And the level of the specialist?
Updated my journal.
The level of the specialist is this. When one goes beyond proficiency, he becomes specialized in the use of the weapon. The weapon is no longer a tool, but an extension of will. Alright, I understand. What can you teach me of weapons? Okay, and now I'm just going to train up using all of my fighter levels. So, the first thing I use a lot are axes. Yes, I wish to
my
learn
journal.
this weapon. Learn another weapon. I use hammers.
Updated
Yes.
my journal.
And I think the next one I should do is daggers.
Updated my journal.
Okay, next one I guess is clubs.
Updated my journal.
Okay, now I think that is all of the things that I have right now, all the fighter levels. I will check with my character, and if indeed I have more later on, I'll come back. But thank you. That is all I wish to know.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
And with that, Dakin has leveled up, it sounds like. Oh, since I'm already in the screen, let's just check. Oh no, I still have an unused slots. Well, with that being said, maybe I could train in using an axe. And specialize in it. Let's one more weapons, axes. Yes, I wish to. Thank you, that's all I wish to know today. And did that do anything? I don't remember. Nope. Oh, yeah. See, I have 2 in axes now, so I am proficient in it. So, that is good to know. Alright, so, he's not ready to level up, but Dakin was. We'll level him up real quick. He's going to get 4 hit points. Saving throws have improved. His fighting skills have improved. And he gets +1 edged weapon proficiency. Excellent. Alright, and nobody else. Alright. Alright, guys, and after doing all of that, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time on Planescape Torment. See you then.